quiet, let's be quiet. Let's be quiet, let's be quiet.
Quiet at a show, quiet in a shop. Quiet as a mouse, can you hear a pin drop? Quiet with a baby, quiet in school. Quiet at a movie, yeah, that's the rule. There's a time to be quiet and a time to be loud. There's a time for silence, no sound allowed. There's a time to whisper and a time to scream. But if someone's sleeping, then let them dream.
Let's be quiet, let's be quiet. Let's be quiet, let's be quiet.
Think of others and have a look around. They might not want to hear that crazy sound. In the middle of class, don't say a word. It's time for the teacher to be heard. When a friend is reading, try to keep it down. When someone's talking, don't be a clown. Hold it in or let it out. There's a time for quiet and a time to shout. There's a time to be wild and run around. And there's a time to not make a sound.
Let's be quiet, let's be quiet. Let's be quiet, let's be quiet.
Let's be quiet! Shh. Oops, sorry.
Fredbot loves Sesame Street. And here are the top 25 reasons why. 25. Fredbot loves that Sesame Street has puppets and cartoons. Those are two of Fredbot's favorite things to watch. 24. Oscar is such a grouch, but Fredbot likes him anyway. Sometimes he pretends to be a grouch too. 23. Fredbot loves hearing the letter of the day. The letters even come to life and dance around. 22. Big Bird has a big heart and he loves to play with his friends. Fredbot would love to have a play date with Big Bird. 21. Fredbot thinks the Martians are so funny. Yip, 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 yip. 20. Fredbot loves that everyone on Sesame Street learns new things. There are lots of words and numbers that Fredbot doesn't know by heart yet, so it's nice to know there are other people still learning too. 19. Cooperation is very important on Sesame Street. Fredbot learned that working together is the best way to solve a problem. Cooperation makes the world a better place. 18. Fredbot loves to watch everyone on Sesame Street play. It gives her ideas of games to play with her friends. 17. Fredbot likes learning the word of the day with the Muppets and their friends. Sometimes telling people what the word of the day is harder than you think. 16. Abby Cadabby is so cute. She's still learning how to be a fairy, but she's getting pretty good at it. 15. Sometimes celebrities come to Sesame Street. Fredbot thinks that's so exciting. 14. Murray Monster has a lot of questions for the people who live on Sesame Street. Who lives in your neighborhood? 13. Fredbot used to be afraid of monsters, but the monsters on Sesame Street aren't scary at all. They're silly and very sweet. 12. Cookie Monster loves cookies. Fredbot does too. Fredbot loves the way that Cookie Monster says, nom 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 nom. 11. Fredbot loves when the Muppets play pretend. Fredbot loves using his imagination to have fun. 10. When it's time for bed, Fredbot loves reading the Sesame Street books with his dad. Fredbot loves to read. 9. There are songs for just about everything on Sesame Street. Fredbot likes the Rubber Ducky song. 8. Elmo is one of Fredbot's favorite characters. He's so sweet, and it looks like he'd give really good furry hugs. 7. Fredbot thinks that Sesame Street seems like a great neighborhood to live in. It's in a big city, but people are very friendly to their neighbors. 6. Counting is so much more fun with the count. What's the highest number you can count to? 5. There are grown-ups on Sesame Street who are really good at helping when there are problems. This reminds Fredbot that there are grown-ups he trusts to help him too. 4. Ernie and Bert are so funny because they're so different. They're still best friends though. 3. Fredbot loves when Grover puts on his cape and becomes Super Grover. Fredbot wants to be a superhero too. 2. Fredbot loves the Monsterpiece theater stories. Cookie Monster is a great storyteller, even though he sometimes eats the book afterwards. And the number one reason that Fredbot loves Sesame Street is that Fredbot's whole family loves it. They all like to watch Sesame Street together. That's a lot of reasons Fredbot loves Sesame Street. Thanks for helping him count down from 25. We'll see you next time on Fredbot.